Here's how I'd save my marriage in 30 days if I had an affair with my wife. We've been together 22 years, and so I haven't had an affair, but man, if I had, holy shit, there'd be a lot of things to do. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to rebuild trust and save your marriage. Now, it's one thing if you act out and cheat on your spouse and you're kind of finished with your marriage and you're done. That's a different video. This video is for you if you want to save your marriage. And I would take out a pen and paper because we're going to cover a lot of ground here. So first of all, you got to understand, let's define an affair, all right? If your wife feels like you've had an affair, that's what matters here, okay? If she feels betrayed, like you betrayed her trust, there is no point in defending yourself. You want to make sure that we're on the same page with your wife or girlfriend that you cheated on, that we call it the same thing. There's emotional affairs, there's physical affairs, and then there's like energetic affairs where it's like you were surfing porn a lot. That can feel like an affair to some women. And if that's how it feels to your wife, then that's what you go with. Now, there's also things like financial infidelity, having an affair by hiding money, hiding your Bitcoin trades, losing money, going into debt, just making a big mess of your financial life and not telling your wife. Okay, that's another betrayal of trust. So get clear on what are we talking about here. And in this video, I'm going to be talking primarily about a physical affair, but know that this also applies to emotional affairs. And an emotional affair is where you start having leaky energy with another woman at work or an ex-girlfriend via texting, and you're saying, well, it never got physical. The impact is going to be the same. Your attention strayed and it went over to this other woman instead of your wife, and she's going to feel really hurt by that. So again, it's going to serve you best if you tell the full truth, get it all out, and then you can start the rebuild. All right. So the first thing I want to tell you is do not withhold parts of the affair. Don't minimize it. Don't say, well, it only happened once if there was like a slow emotional affair build up to it. You want to tell it all. And it's important you get the facts straight, because if you fudge the facts and a month later she's asking you in front of a friend or a therapist and you change the story slightly, you're right back into as if it happened today. And she's going to be very upset with you. Okay, so get it all out on the table. At this point, you have nothing to lose. You've already potentially lost your marriage, and you've lost your integrity, and you've lost your credibility as an upstanding man and husband. That's all already shattered. So you might as well just get it all out and start at the bottom, and then you can build from total truth and transparency. Just get it out, okay? And so we've talked about get on the same page about what this is, and then get it all out. So if your wife uses the language of betrayal or affair or cheating, go with what she says it is and what it feels like to her. Why? Because you have a part of you called your ego that wants to defend yourself and try to get into language policing around, well, technically, don't do that, okay? You're going to hear me say don't defend yourself a lot, because that will take the recovery process much longer. The more you defend yourself, the longer this will take. All right? Okay, so we know what it is. We're calling it an affair, a betrayal of trust, and we've been completely transparent. Great. You're already winning. Most people fuck those two things up immediately. So don't do that, and then just do those. And then you want to get into, okay, what is this going to take? Now, 30 days, you have 30 days basically to begin the rebuild of trust process and to rebuild your integrity with yourself and with her. Now, it will likely take a lot longer than that. 6 months, a year, it's different for every couple. But if you really want to save your marriage, you've got to be committed to however long it takes. And if she brings this up 6 months later, 8 months later, and she's still hurt, you don't roll your eyes and say, we've already talked about this. I already apologized. You don't do that shit, because that's once again defending yourself. You're not in your integrity. That is not an integral husband. That's a guy who's just insecure and defending his ego and his image. That's not you, right? You're smarter than that. So when she comes to you with complaints months down the line, you want to just completely own it again. Yep. And I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So there's 3 steps that are critical here. Number 1 is you're going to get her world about how painful this has been for her. So if this went on for years, or if it was one single event, you're going to get what it's like to be her. And you're going to say, it sounds like, honey, you're telling me how devastated you are, how much you don't trust me, how hurt you are that I hid this from you, and it took me this amount of time to tell you. Did I get that right? And she's going to be like, yeah, asshole. And then she might share more, and then you get her world around that. So we're doing basic reflective listening here, just trying to let her know, hey, I am hearing you loud and clear. And anything she says that doesn't sound correct or I disagree with, I'm going to set my disagreements aside. Okay. Now is not the time to disagree with her about her feelings. And you're not in a courtroom, you're in your home, and you're trying to repair broken trust. And you do that by getting her world and how painful and excruciating this has been for her. Step one. Step two is you're going to validate all of her feelings. And there's 3 words that we use when we validate. That makes sense, or it makes sense. Those are the 3 magical words. And now you have to mean it. So you have to be able to say, it makes sense that, oh, honey, your devastation and your hurt and your rage and your anger makes sense to me because, and then I say, because and then we go into the 3rd step, which is we own what we did. Because I had an affair. Because I cheated on you. I hooked up with another woman. I slept with another woman. I had an emotional affair with another woman. Yes, I did that. Period. No explaining, mansplaining, no justifications, no excuses, no defensiveness. None of that. So let's review. You get her world. It sounds like you're totally devastated because I cheated on you. And that makes sense to me. Your feelings make sense to me. Your hurt makes sense to me because I did that. I went outside our marriage. After all these years, I betrayed the trust and sanctity of our marriage and our relationship. Okay, that's the short version. Now, she might talk for 20 minutes, 2 hours, off and on for weeks. You do the same thing. You reflect back. It sounds like, and that's a great way to start, it sounds like you're still upset, and I wouldn't even use the word still. It sounds like you're upset because I did the thing. Yeah, and it totally makes sense. Of course you're hurt. Of course you're angry with me. Of course. And then you want to act like you give a shit about her feelings. Like you could shrug your shoulders like, oh man, and really try to empathize with how crushing this is for her. The more you can really mean it and the more it truly makes sense to you, the faster this thing will be over. All right. So 30 days is like a great trial for you to see how in 30 days, I'm not going to defend myself. I'm not going to explain myself. If she asks, how the hell did this happen? Why it happened? What happened? And she is genuinely interested in hearing you out, of course you're going to tell her. And you don't want to say, well, you want no blame in there. You want to say, well, I did this because you hurt me and you did this before to me, or you always, you never. Okay, none of that. You just say, yeah, I made this choice. I was lonely. I was desperate. I was scared. I feel like I checked out of our marriage years ago and I didn't speak up. I didn't advocate for therapy or coaching. I didn't read any books. Okay, these are all things I can own, right? How I fell down. Because you did. You fell down, man. You fell down in your marriage, right? I often say affairs start years before, not days, years before. There's some pattern that got set in place where you two are roommates or you have sex in this really rote way that's not a turn on to you, but you're too scared to speak up because you're afraid you'll lose connection. There's so many possibilities here. And if you hire a coach or a therapist, they'll help you understand why you did what you did, what your valid reasons are, right? And how this got set up years ago. Now, if your wife or girlfriend is in therapy or coaching, and she's a self-reflective person, one day, a month later, a year later, or in time, she will also come to the realization that she had a part in this. She'll be like, you know what? I kind of neglected you. Or she'll be like, yeah, hey, I've been too focused on the kids. And I got really turned off by you years ago by your constantly wanting sex with me or whatever she was turned off by. And instead of talking to you about that and working through that, either alone or with a coach or therapist, I just withdrew. My love, my heart, my body. And so it makes sense that you would have feelings for another person. I don't like it. I fucking hate you for it, but it makes sense. Like she might be able to get there someday. And that would be good for her to do that work, but that's not your job to remind her of that, to make her do that, manipulate her in some way to get there. The repair of the broken trust is going to be 90% you. All right. You got to really have that attitude. Like, I'm the one that screwed up. I chose to go outside my marriage. So I'm the one to come back in and rebuild. That's on me. So don't expect that from her. But if you're with a self-reflective woman, chances are one day she will come to some conclusion like that. And it's often common, like affairs, either you go one of two directions, right? You either get stronger and your marriage actually improves because you're finally like waking up, like, holy shit, we fell asleep here, or it's over. Those are the two directions. There's no other direction here, because you're not going back to complacency and like, okay, let's just go back to like status quo. That doesn't really happen with affairs because they're so shattering that it's just like cracks the foundation of the security and the trust, which is so devastating. And it takes a long time to build that back up. Your 30 days is going to speak volumes about how you're going to do the next 3 years with her. So you have got to fucking show up like a champion. That means no defensiveness, full ownership, complete validation. You're going to get better at being there for her feelings, listening to her however many times she wants to bring this up. You're like, I'm up for it. Honey, tell me more. Tell me more how I screwed up. I'm all ears because I did screw up. Husbands don't do this. It's so disrespectful. I disrespected you. I took a shit on our marriage, right? You want to be that in yourself and clear. Now, if you have a mountain of resentments, which is partly why you had the affair, it's going to be hard to repair that. And reason being is because you haven't dealt with the problems along the way. And who's that on? That's on you, right? That's no one else. That's on you. This will be much easier if you have a fairly clear resentment-free path. It's going to be way easier. If you have loads of resentments that you haven't spoken about, it's going to get in the way, because when you try to repair and fully show up for her, you're going to be over here, yeah, what about me? And what about that time? You always, you never. And you have this pile of shit that you never talked about because you were too scared, too incompetent, too ashamed, to whatever, right? You must get so clear to take your relationship game to the next level. That is the beauty of an affair, is it is time to get your relational shit together. Time to get your relational house in order. And if you have kids, man, what are you going to tell them one day? Maybe they already know. Look at what you just modeled, right? Now, you might notice shame, right? As you watch this video, you might notice a lot of shame come up, which makes sense, right? Whenever I have behaved in ways that are out of integrity for myself and for the people I care about in my life, the first thing that happens is I feel shame. And a lot of men don't want to feel shame. They're not familiar with shame. They don't like it, and they don't know how to be with it. So what do? They defend on top of it, and then they deny that I'm fine. That's a classic denial of feelings. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Your heart is closed. You can't say I'm sad or I'm hurt or I'm scared, because, us men didn't get trained very well around emotions. We got trained to suck it up. So this affair is going to blow up the whole thing. And the good news is you have this incredible opportunity right now to get your relational house in order, be more self-reflective, and start to do a lot of interpersonal and intrapersonal work on yourself to kind of be the man you are here to be the husband you're here to be the father you're here to be, and to get back in integrity with you. The most important person in the room here is you, right? You with you. Then it's you with your wife or your partner. And you got one shot here. And so 30 days, man. Commit. I'm going all in for 30 days. And I guarantee you, in 30 days, it should move the needle enough that you're like, there's hope. My wife is actually like appreciating how I'm showing up. Because what most guys do is they defend, they counter blame. Well, I did this because of you or whatever. And that shit goes nowhere. And then the years drag out. And if you're co-parenting and someone cheated on somebody, you are going to have this vitriol between the two of you if it doesn't get repaired and healed. And your kids are living with that, right? Is that how you want to roll? So you've got to get super clear here, all right? Okay, I think that's probably enough for now. Leave a comment and let me know what you got out of this video and what you're going to do about it, what the commitment is to yourself and to your family, to your marriage, to your partnership. What is it? What are you going to do? Okay, subscribe to this video. Stay tuned for more educational relationship videos like this for men, and we'll talk soon.